You don't need great top end speed to be an elite running back, but you do need elite quickness. And I'm going to show you how you're going to be so quick. You're going to be like a grasshopper when you're trying to kill it, or quick. You're going to be able to bang, bang, bang. That's how quick you're going to be. So make sure you guys watch this full video. My dad's out here arguing with me that you can trade a NFL player or trade a draft pick. Hold on, let me make sure it's focused on me. You can trade a player who's already been drafted. So say a team drafts a player and now you can use him as an asset. I'm like, no, it doesn't go like that. You have to trade the spot. You can trade the position, but you can't trade the player, because they would do that all the time, bro. When you get one player, they're like, look, who wants him? You give me Patrick Mahomes for him, something like that, man. So like, no. But back to what he's doing. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here at desireLess with your guy KJ, who is helping running backs become quicker, faster, and overall just dominate at the game of football. And nobody breaks it down like I do. All right, and today we got a special one because I'm going to show you how you're going to become quicker to the point you can't even be tackled, man. You're just, like I said, a grasshopper. You're just out there elusive, shifty, quick, all of that all together. But before we get to that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as you join the desireLess crew as we're chasing 2K. I want to be KJ2K. There ain't no more CJ2K. I want to be KJ2K. Okay? KJ2K. Okay? But anyways, why is it important to be quick? Because as a running back, you have to be quick in a sense. Unless you are 240 pounds. Derrick Henry, who may not be the quickest dude. He's quick for his size, don't get me wrong, but he's not the quickest dude. But outside of that, as a running back, if you want to be elite, you have to be quick, because the hole's not going to be open fast, or open long, I should say. It's not going to be open long, and you have to have the immediate time when it opens up, especially in the higher level of football you play. Take off, go, and you're good, man. You got you already at 15, 20 yards, all right? So in order to be quick and be somebody who's explosive, you gotta have fast twitch muscle fibers, all right? Type 2 muscle fibers. You know, you're thinking like, well, what exactly do you mean by that? So there's two sets of muscle fibers, the ones that make you stronger and the ones that make you faster. And you want to increase your fast twitch muscle fibers. Everybody doesn't have the same amount of fast twitch muscle fibers. Some have more than others, but you still can recruit more than what you have. In order to do that, you have to be urgent with your movements. You have to move with intent. So example, if you're training and you're running and I'm doing any type of drill, a lot of guys think like, okay, if the drill is going to make you faster. Not necessarily. It's the intent you move with it. Because that can give you the ultimate speed workout of all time that got Usain Bolt the fastest dude in the world, that made many other people be super explosive, super quick. But if you don't move with intent, you don't move with the purpose, at literally when you're trying to be quick, you got to move at 100%. If you're moving at 80, then you're not going to spark those fast twitch muscle fibers, because the fast twitch muscle fibers only go off when either you're sprinting at a high rate or you're lifting at a high rate within that 85% range or above. Same thing with sprinting, 90-95%. That's the only way it's going to be able to create those fast twitch muscle fibers, and that's what you want to do. You want to move with intent. Anytime you're running, anytime you're sprinting, you have to move with urgency. When you're racing with somebody, you have to be locked in so you can fire off like a gun. We have to train that nervous system. When you're lifting weights, you need to lift fast and explosive. Train the nervous system to spark off, because that is going to create a pattern in your body. So when you're in a position to take off, you will start doing it at a faster rate. Then another way you're going to improve your quickness is you want to focus on quality reps rather than quantity. So overemphasize the quality of the rep. Like I said before, in order to activate those fast twitch muscle fibers, we have to be sprinting at 90-95% and then lifting at above 85%. So that means quality over quantity. More reps don't mean the faster you're going to get. No, actually lesser reps with a higher intensity is going to make you faster. So if I'm a guy and I'm doing 10-yard get-offs, if I do 20 10-yard get-offs within 10-minute time span, I'm not going to be working as much fast twitch muscle fibers. That's more of conditioning. That's more of training the lungs just to get lung capacity. But if I did 5 10-yard sprints within a 10-minute range, well, obviously those are probably two extremes, but you probably can do a little bit more. But I'm able to put more into it. Okay, you get what I'm saying? And that's how you're going to actually get quicker and get explosive. So you want to focus on the quality of the sprints and quality of the same thing goes for lifting. You probably don't want to train till failure if you're working to get quicker, rather than focus on that specific 3, no more than 5 rep range, but doing it with intent and explosive power. Squat, front squat, power clean, hang clean, all of that. Same thing you're doing your sprinting, right? If you're doing shuttles, you're doing 10-yard sprints, you're doing flying 20s, flying 15s, anything like that, you want to emphasize the quality. Okay, another thing that's going to improve your quickness as a running back is doing running back specific drills. I mean, I feel like that's definitely one of the greatest ways to improve your quickness, because all running back movements are done quickly. A jump cut is done quickly. A stick is done quickly. Dead leg, double stick, rocker step, a pressure cut, all of that is done quickly. quickly. So that is a great way to not only train your skill set, but train your quickness at the same time. If you're somebody doing jump cuts, you're doing, step over with the bags, you're working workouts, you're doing the agility accelerator, all of that is increasing your agility and your quickness. One of the great things I love to do is I just like to train as a running back. I like to do my cuts, I like to focus on my cuts, because I know that's training my quickness as well. You're training quickness, short area quickness, and you're doing running back work. So you're killing two birds with one stone. Doing running back work, I don't think no other position works that type of quickness. Rather, if you're a receiver has longer routes. They have a deep post, a shallow post. They have a fade. Those aren't really working quick, fast twitch muscle fibers. Rather, with the running back position and running back work, you're working short area. I'm jump cutting, stick, jump cutting, spin move. All of that is short area quickness. So doing running back specific workouts is a great way to increase your quickness. All right. Most running backs will never get recruited or achieve their goals they have on the field. And it's not because they're talented or they don't have the ability. It's just because they're training in the wrong way. I was a guy in high school who didn't even start. I hardly played, and I still found a way to play Division I ball. And now I am an NFL prospect who can run a 4.3 40 and has a 42.5-inch vertical. How? It's because I had a system installed. And the system I call is the Running Back Domination System, which is the #1 online training platform for running backs who's ready to actually dominate the game. This is only for serious inquiries. This is only for guys who really are about that life. Running backs who are really ready to dominate on the field. Running backs who really want to play high level football, really want to chase the professional goal, because the Running Back Domination System isn't for everybody. It's intense. It's hard work, but I promise you, it's going to get you to where you need to go. Like I said, I was a guy in high school who didn't even start, and I still made a way. I'm not the biggest, I wasn't the strongest, but I still made a way because I followed the system. And we created a system that we want to give to you guys to help you perform and help you be elite. This is the premium #1 online running back training system out there. The Running Back Domination System is going to help you get elite if you're a serious running back who's ready to invest in themselves and truly, and I mean truly, become elite. That is definitely. And then we're going into nutrition, which is so valuable. And I don't think people even understand how much nutrition plays a role. Because look, if you're a guy that looks like me, you're probably going to be quick. And if you're a guy who's fat and fluffy, you're probably not going to be quick. And it's important, if you want to be quick, that in order to be able to move at a certain rate, you can't be having too much stuff holding you back. I mean, if you got a big beer belly, that's going to be holding you back. Rather, if you're leaner, and look at all the most explosive guys in the NFL. Look at the Saquon Barkleys, look at the Tyreek Hills, the Jahmyr Gibbs. All of these guys are about 10% body fat, maybe even lower. I think Tyreek Hill's in single digit. Jahmyr Gibbs is probably around that single digit, 10%. Saquon, 10%, single digit, around there. These guys are lean, and in order to be quick, you gotta be lean. Like, you can't have nothing holding you back. And that's one of the things that I hate when running backs are talking about over bulking or bulking up. Like, why? You're losing the most important skill set, your quickness and your speed. Focus on gaining strength rather than just gaining size. Size don't mean anything. And I have a hot take that size is not real. When a coach tells you you're too small, that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that you're not skilled enough to play at that size. Therefore, if you get bigger, you can overcome your lower skill set with maybe a little bit bigger size, if that makes sense. Trust me. You think coaches are telling Jahmyr Gibbs to bulk up? No. You think coaches are telling Tyreek Hill to bulk up? No. You think coaches telling Kyler Murray and Drew Brees you're too small to play quarterback? No, because their skill set can overcome their size. And that's the truth. I mean, you think people were telling Barry Sanders you're too small? No, because their skill set was over. Now, if Barry Sanders had the skill set of a garbage man, then they'd be like, yeah, bro, you too small. So that is my hot take on size isn't real. But nutrition, you got to be lean somewhat. I'm not saying you got to be the leanest, I'm not saying you got to be 1% body fat, but if you want to be fast and explosive and quick, you got to be at least 10 to 12% body fat. That's what I always say. Some guys could be lower, some guys could be higher, but for the general, for somebody to get faster and get explosive, that's the must. You got to. And last but not least is that you're going to focus on your rest and recovery. So with everything we just tied in, lifting fast, we're running fast, we're moving with intent, we're eating good food, we're focusing on high quality rest, we're working short area quickness with our running back drills, with our basic agility drills, all of that, working that. Now they're all tied in to actually stack days and days on days, is that we got to focus on our rest and recovery. And rest and recovery ties in different things. One is that you got to get good sleep, 8 to 10 hours. Two is that you can't train your fast twitch muscle fibers every day. And like I said, quality over quantity. You want to focus on specific days training those fast twitch muscle fibers and explosive movements, but you can't run explosive every day. You're just not going to get faster. You want to save those days. You want to limit the reps and limit those opportunities so you can get the most out of it. I don't make the rules. If you could train fast twitch muscle fibers every day, I'll do it. But guess what? You can't. So you got to let them recover if you want to get faster. With the sleep, with the nutrition, eating the right foods, eating the right amount of carbs, protein, fats, all of that to fuel the fast twitch muscle fibers. And then you can do other things like foam roll, cold exposure, cold tubs, needling, hyperbolic therapy, all that stuff like that that can help you improve your recovery. So you can get into that. But this is how you are going to become so quick that nobody's gonna be able to attack you. All right, this is exactly what you need to focus on. For somebody somebody who's trying to improve their quickness and get quicker. Gotta focus on these things right here. This is gonna help you overall develop and increase your short area quickness. Because if you improve your short area quickness, then you don't necessarily have to be the fastest dude in the world. Josh Jacobs isn't the fastest dude in the world, but he quick as heck. All right, a lot of running backs aren't necessarily the fastest dude, but they're still able to accelerate fast, so you'll be good. And if you got both, like a Saquon Barkley, then hey, you're a unicorn and you're the best running back in the league. But outside of that, you can still get away with a lot of stuff. You can still get away. You want to focus on that quickness and accelerate at a fast rate. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's your guy KJ. I'll be catching you guys later.